So I'm Sheldon here with BenQ, Field Application Engineer, and I'm just here to talk about kind of our back-end features and what BenQ offers IT professionals, or at least the IT management team, easy way to manage user profiles as well as accounts and board features through the back-end. So the first thing we're going to notice here is we're in what we call BenQ IAM, or the Identity and Access Management Portal. Pretty much this is a centralized location that allows you to kind of create those accounts that can log into any BenQ service as well as any BenQ board under your control based on whatever permissions you assign the users here. Now, there are two ways to add in users here. It's either you would invite them this way, and then you just enter an email, have them verify that, and join in. Or what we also do is we can integrate with any existing directory. So if you use Google Workspace and on-prem LDAP, Entra ID, ClassLink, Clever, we leverage any of those directory databases, and you can port those users in, and you can even port in just specific groups as well. Once they're ported in, you can customize the permissions of that account. For example, I can go to Kathy here, and let's say she's mostly a teacher. I can go ahead and give her access to just AMS, because I know she's not going to be managing any of the board settings or pushing any push notifications to the board. And all of that is through IAM. Once you've kind of set that all up, you only have to set that up once as well. Once it's all set up, with the Active Directories as well, is because they are ported in from existing directories, you can also have them sync automatically. So if you do have users that are added or removed based on whether they leave or join your group, they will automatically sync to IAM, and that's just less work on your side because you don't have to manage two different account portals. Everything is just tied in with your existing account portal. So once all your accounts are here, we'll kind of move into how to manage the boards. So on the board side, we have what's called DMS, that's our MDM. This is just a simple dashboard, gives you a general overview of your entire fleet and how they are. So you can see total devices here. You have how many devices are online. This section will kind of give you the updates as they come. And if you click on it, you can actually see what that update entails in a nice, easy view. And you choose to update here as well. But the dashboard is just going to give you a general overview of your entire board, from app usage to energy consumption, what we call classroom care, so CO2 levels, temperature, all of that in a nice, easily digestible view. You can also adjust the date range if you need to and pull in data for a specific time based on whatever your admin needs. If we go on to our navigation side over here, you can easily see we've got different options for you. We've got devices. So this kind of lets you manage devices either individually or as a whole. So I can select multiple devices. You can see it brings up a little control panel where I can adjust and make some changes to those devices. I can even go into a device specifically and take a look at exactly what is installed on that device, who has made changes to that device, as well as make some other settings changes, display settings, SSID, reboot it, power on, all from the devices section. Now, in terms of managing system-wide, we have policies. So instead of trying to set settings that specifically from board to board, you can create different policies for your different buildings, your different locations. If you need different grade levels, for example, let's say kindergarten boards need different settings than your middle school, than your high school boards, you can create different policies for your different needs, and you can deploy them out as is. And within policies, there are a couple things you can do. You can change like the login wallpaper. You can set a whitelist, disable Google Play Store, set automatic updates, as well as push out Android apps and APKs through policies as well. And then you can track to see what devices are running those and modify them as needed. Moving on, we also have the apps section. So you can see and manage the BenQ specific apps from here, as well as upload and push out APKs from here as well. Firmware is just all the firmwares for all the different models that you have. If you have only one model, that's fine. With the multiple models, This will always show you the latest firmware, and you can either choose to update it now or schedule it for a later time. And the last section here is just going to be different automation tools we have. So if you want to have your boards power on at a specific time, power off at a specific time, you would set that here, as well as a couple other settings. And then the event log we just added, which is pretty cool, lets you kind of see just an overall how those job pushes have gone. And then as well as you can add more data to it. You can see who made the change. So if something happened that broke something on Monday, you can take a look back, see who pushed out any updates on Monday, as well as go into specifically, let's say, and then see which boards succeeded, which boards failed. It's in a nice, easily digestible format here. So pretty much you're going to be using DMS for all of your device management needs, from applications, automations, updates, and management. Everything is going to be in DMS. Moving on further, we also have AMS. AMS is the account management service. This is where you would pretty much set up all your account profiles or give the permissions for all your account profiles, bind all the NFC cards, set the idle session logouts, any URLs or bookmarks you want all your teachers to have, you can just drop here, and then as soon as they log in, they'll be able to access any of those links. And then cloud drives, this is pretty much, if you still use network drives, you can set that here. And if you need to set any or hide any cloud drives, let's say I'm a Google school and I only want to see Google Drive, I can remove all the other options and just have Google Drive available for my teachers to link. And then last but not least is going to be broadcast. Broadcast is just our simple push notification service that allows you to push out notifications or just simple messages to your boards. Let's say you want to push out an emergency notification, you want to push out morning announcements, any events that are upcoming during the week, you can push out through broadcast. So through broadcast, you can also create different groups similar to in DMS, which I didn't mention, but you can create groups in DMS. You can do the same thing in broadcast, and these are what we call tags. So let's say you want to break out your entire fleet based on building, based on grade, based on location. You can create different tags for your different groups. And then let's say I only want to push out to all my 5th grade boards. Well, I can create a tag for 5th grade and then assign that to all those boards. I would choose that here. For example, trade show units will cover all our trade show boards here. And then I can now push out content or push out notifications to just this specific board. You can either schedule it or push out immediately as an interrupt. That's pretty much it. General overview of what we have at the back end.